What's good, everybody? It's just your neighborhood angler, MoneyBass, out here about to do this thing we call Bass for Cash, guys. I catch the fish, you guess the exact weight of the fish, and you get the payout, guys. Just that quick and simple. Want to give a big shout out to the MoneyTeam and anybody that hops in here that has visited before. Welcome back. We're going to get out here for about an hour or two today and see what we can get to the boat. So let's go ahead and get rolling. I see Peanut Butter already tuning in. The first message in the chat. Shout out to Peanut Butter. All right, so we're gonna head out today. We're gonna just kind of scout around so we can find. As you come into the chat, make sure you guys drop a 1 in the chat for me. Make sure you can hear me okay, and also double tap your screen. Let's go ahead and start getting the likes up. I see Derek King. Shout out to Derek King. I knew he was gonna be back today. All right, let's go ahead and get rolling, guys. Shout out to T Hammer. What's going on, T Hammer? We're about to do this thing we call Bass for Cash, guys. Gonna see what we can do for it today. Get out here and have a little fun with it. Plan on spending a little time offshore. You guys have seen what I've been doing lately is just focusing offshore, trying to catch some of these fish on spoon, drop shot, that kind of stuff like that. So we're gonna stick with the program and see if it's still effective out here today. All right, so we're sitting in 23 feet of water. So lately, you guys have seen that I've been out here pretty much staying in, what, like 40, 50 feet of water or so. All right, let's go ahead and get things set up. Just gonna keep 4 rods up here on the front today and see what we can make happen, guys. Shout out to Nobody Really. See you in the chat. What does he say? Double tap the screen. That's right. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way in. Oh, we have DL Peck Fishing back in the chat. Haven't seen you in a minute. What have you been up to? What have you been up to, DL Peck? I know you've been out there putting out some content on that Mega Live system and all that stuff. Make sure you guys go and check out DL Peck Fishing. Doing great things out here. Appreciate that, T Hammer. Yeah, we're going to get out here, see what we can do. See if we can get a fish or two to the boat and how long that'll take. Hopefully, it won't take too long. Don't really plan on staying out here very long for today. All right, so we're in 25 feet of water. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm just looking at my mapping, coming out here fishing points with ledges on them, some drop-offs, and look, it just happened to pass over a brush. Well, that looks like a tree right there. I don't know if you guys can see that on my live imaging, but that is Humminbird Mega Live. That is the first version of it. So it's still doing its thing. It still, you know, works out pretty well for me. So I'm just going to drop this spoon down here, see if I see any activity. All right, so we're off and running, guys. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. All right. I see some fish out here sitting in about that 40-foot range. What we've normally been out here fishing, guys. So we'll see if we can get some action from some of those fish. All right. Nobody really says, where's everyone at? Not watching Chicken Hawk. Yeah. So, I mean, it generally starts off a little slow. You know, then once everybody starts getting the notifications. And remember, your partner, well, I was a little late. I was a little late today. So it may take a minute for people to start tuning in. But if they don't, guess what? Then I guess that'll mean a better chance for one of you guys to win, right? If they don't take the money out of the pot today. Want to give a shout out to Derek King and... Uh-oh, here we go. I think we got the first customer coming to the boat already, guys. Let's see. We have one down there taking a look at it. Let's go ahead and spot lock right here. See if we're going to get one to the boat just that quick and easy. Well, we've only been out here for about, what, 2 minutes, guys. We've been out here for about 2 minutes. Sitting in about 50 feet of water, guys. 50 feet. How about that? Out here trying to get them deep. Water temp is 51.5 degrees where I'm at right now. So yesterday, you guys saw it was around that 50-degree range. So all I'm doing is just jigging the spoon, and that's it, guys. Keeping it nice and simple. Man, there was a lot of fish down there. I can't believe one of those didn't hit it. What is going on? What's the haps? All right, so what kind of plans do you guys have for this weekend? Is anybody going to be fishing any tournaments, or is it too iced up and frozen where you guys are located at? I know some of you have been telling me you've been doing some ice fishing and that kind of stuff. We have Mr. Archer checking in. Says, try a large crappie jig. He's like, get out there and catch some of those crappie. We know there's some big crappie out there in the lake. There was a bunch of dead ones sitting at the boat ramp yesterday. Who saw those that video with all the dead fish in it yesterday that I uploaded? Where some people that went and cleaned their fish, and instead of dumping it out into the lake, they pretty much just dumped everything right there at the boat ramp. All right, so they are not cooperating with that spoon right now. But they are definitely on the bottom. And like I said, we're sitting in about 50 feet of water, guys. So you know what your partner's gonna do? Does anybody know how to catch fish out in about 50 feet of water on a shaky head? Let's see if I can make that happen. First, we're gonna put some stank on it. We're getting things rolling. Shout out to T Hammer. He said, yeah, I saw that. I saw that. So what do you think about that? Do you think it's okay to just dump all of your dead fish? It's not that it's just at the boat ramp. It's literally on the boat ramp itself. So when people are pulling into, backing their trailers in, you're actually running over all of those dead filleted out fish. So some people, I mean, there was mixed reactions on it. Some people were like, hey, I don't see a problem with it. Let them go ahead and dump all the dead, the dead fish out there. All right, so like I said, guys, we are currently sitting in, let's see, where did that cast go? All right, we are currently sitting in 50 feet of water. Mr. Archer says they should be fined. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if they had got caught, DNR would not have been okay with that. Because eventually, in a few days, the smell over there is going to be horrendous. We have Real Life with KJ back in the chat. All right, what does Derek King say? I thought I may have already had a tappy tap, guys. All right, Derek King says, dump them somewhere other than the boat ramp. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, my goodness, guys. I thought we may have had something. You saw I had to chin check him. I had to go ahead and set the hook first. And then say, hey, did somebody just say something? If you say something, if you see something, say something. I think we're going to get us a tappy tap, guys. I think we're going to see us a little bit of action right here. So I like using this high-vis yellow line just for situations like this whenever I'm fishing out deep. So if you guys can take a look, I am sitting in 49, 48, about 50 feet of water or so. And so when I have my line all the way down on the bottom like this, in order for me to make sure I'm maintaining bottom contact, I can look at the contrast of this yellow line sitting on top of the water, and it lets me know that my bait is maintaining bottom contact. DL Pick Fishing says, hey, Money, Happy New Year. Just enjoying the holidays and getting ready to get back into action. Oh, yeah, there you go. Look who we have. We have Alexandria jumping in. She says, Bass for Cash jackpot is $65. Oh, yeah, guys. We had 2 winners from yesterday. Alexandria knows the deal. She knows that it dropped all the way back down, guys. So yesterday, we were running a Bass for Cash special for New Year's Day. You know, I wanted to get out here and catch my first New Year's fish, which I did. I think the biggest one I had yesterday was 4.12 pounds, guys. We had a great time yesterday. So we had 2 winners. Derek King walked away. Derek King, are you in the chat? Derek King, if you're in the chat, let everybody know what you won yesterday. And then want to give a shout out to Mask Off Fishing. Mask Off Fishing won, I believe it was a $25 bill yesterday. Steve Wimpy says, Derek King, hope you're enjoying your Bass for Cash funds. Oh, yeah, Derek walked away with a little bit of money. All right, so the Bass for Cash jackpot, the total in that pot remaining is $65. But we break that up into increments, guys. So we are paying out in increments if you are a subscriber. And remember, it doesn't cost anything to participate in Bass for Cash. Anybody that is just tuning in to the channel for the first time, Bass for Cash is where I catch the fish. I show you guys the fish. You guess the exact weight of that fish, and you win the cash prize. Just that quick and simple, all right? So it does not cost a thing to win. For each fish that you guess the exact weight for, you will get a $25 payout, but you get 1 guess per fish. If you put more than 1 guess in that chat, Alexandria, she's watching you. She has those eyeballs on you. She will hit you with the DQ, and everybody will see it. Shout out to Derek King. Said, oh, yeah, he got that $50 bill yesterday. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. The likes are looking very ugly. The likes are famished. The likes are hungry, just like these fish we're trying to catch today. Just make sure you guys double tap the screen, because once we start getting fish to the boat, we definitely have to get the likes up before we open the scales for you guys to be able to put your guesses in the chat, all right? So right now we're sitting on 11 likes. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But yeah, so it's $20 per fish. $20 per fish that you guess the exact weight on. Now, remember, membership does have its privileges. The members of the channel, the people that you see that have the badges next to their name, those are the members of the money team. The members of the channel, they get 2 guesses per fish. And the other thing they get, besides twice the guesses, they get twice the payout. Membership definitely does have its privileges, guys. So I always mention that just to let everybody know how everything works out. Now, make sure you go and check the link in, well, the description, because the rules of engagement for Bass for Cash are spelled out very clearly in the description. So we had somebody get DQ'd yesterday, and they were like, hey, why didn't you tell me that I'd be DQ'd if I put a bunch of guesses in the chat? I mentioned it several times, and it's also in the description. So make sure you read. Reading is fundamental. But also, Alexandra, she puts a lot of good information in the chat that will help you guys out also. So just make sure you're paying attention to the chat, to the links in the description. I put discount links in there, always trying to bring value to you guys. All right, so let's see. What else do we have in the chat? Mr. Archer says, let me see. I'm in super deep water. I run a Carolina rig or a wacky rig with a drop shot on a 2-foot leader. Go black and blue flake. Okay. So that's a very good technique. I know people are out here hitting them with that Nico rig also. Cade Bean says, is it free to guess? Yes, sir. It is free. It is free to participate and win in Bass for Cash. All you have to do is be a subscriber. We go into subscriber only mode when it's time to start guessing. Once those scales get open, we are in subscriber only mode. So that's how we determine whether you have subscribed or not. Everything, we try to keep it simple. Try to keep it simple, even with the payout. Shout out to the burning season. He says, bunch of Ben Millikins in chat tourney frauders. What is that? What's going on with fraud in a tournament? Haven't heard about that. Mr. Archer says, reading is fundamental. I've heard that somewhere before. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see if we can continue getting those likes up. If you have already hit the like button, type the word like in the chat for me. I need to know. I need to see who is participating, who's getting active in the chat and supporting the channel. All you have to do is double tap the screen to hit that like button. Real Life with KJ says, maybe you should try a boat ramp where there's a lot of tournaments, because that's where they release the fish and they don't go far. I've heard of that before. All right, really appreciate that, guys. Now, everybody take a look. Do you see the people that are hitting the like button? Those are the people that are showing love and support for the channel. Definitely appreciate that. All right, guys. We have a bunch of fish getting active out there now. Let me toss this spoon right out there to them and let this thing fall down. We're just going to jig the spoon back. Oh my goodness, that looks so lovely down there. Now, I normally don't fish the spoon like this, but I saw a bunch of fish that came off of the bottom, and I'm guessing they did that because they were chasing my shaky head when I reeled it in. Michael Bush says, come on, fish. Uh-oh, Alexandra's letting you guys know. Make sure you pay attention to what she's saying. You do not want to get DQ'd. We caught a bunch of fish yesterday, guys. The biggest fish that was caught yesterday was 4.12 pounds. We're going to see what we can get out here today. See what we can get to the boat today, guys. I need to make some adjustments on my graph, get things to show up a little better. All right, let's see if we can get things tuned in a little bit better right now, guys. So here's my spoon right here. So let's go and jack these settings way up. I kind of like it when I have a little bit of interference on there, because that higher reading like that has more interference on it, but it actually lets me see my lure better also. And we're about in 60 feet of water now. I might be a little too deep. But we'll see. We'll let the fish tell us. Are we too deep, fish? Are we too deep? Yeah, let's ease on back up to about 40 feet. All right, let's see. Nobody really. He is a MoneyTeam member. Who is a MoneyTeam member? What are you guys talking about? Oh, okay. Nobody really says, how did he earn 50 if the payout was 20? So we ran a Bass for Cash special on New Year's Day. Is today the 2nd or the 3rd? Today's the 2nd, right? So yeah, we ran a Bass for Cash special. We doubled the payout yesterday. So membership does have its privileges. The members of the MoneyTeam, they get 2 guesses per fish. All right, they get 2 guesses per fish. And they also get double the payout. So they have twice the chance to win, and they have twice the payout whenever they do win. All right, so I always tell you guys, membership does have its privileges, and that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So I love showing support for those that support the channel. So really, really appreciate it. But remember, it does not cost a thing to participate in Bass for Cash. It is free to participate in Bass for Cash, all right? All right, we're getting back in here, getting settled in. We're back in about 40 feet of water or so. I see a little activity down there. All right, guys, we are sitting at 23 likes. We have about 100 people in the chat. Can we get those likes up? It really does help support the channel. And it really does help the fish bite. It'll help the fish bite if you hit that like button. So as I get the fish to the boat, remember, Bass for Cash is real. You get 1 guess per fish. Now, we had 2 people that won yesterday. We had 2 payouts, so the overall pot has dropped. We now have a total payout of $65 in the pot, which is paid out in increments, all right? So each fish that is caught, you can win a nice $20 bill. $20 bill, guys. All you have to do is guess the exact weight of the fish. Let's try to cast out that way. All you have to do is guess the exact weight of the fish, all right? Now, you get 1 guess per fish. Make sure you guys, and I keep repeating this because we had, I think, like 2 people got DQ'd yesterday. We had 2 people that put multiple guesses in the chat. So once you see scales open is when you put your guesses in the chat. And remember, it does not cost anything to participate in Bass for Cash. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. The likes are still looking kind of ugly. We're at 30 likes, guys. Let's see how fast we can get to 50 likes. Let's try this out one more time. If you have already hit the like button, type the word like in the chat. We have 150 people in the chat. We're sitting at 31 likes. Something doesn't look, the math isn't mathing. All right, let's see. Who else do we have in the chat? What's going on with everybody? Now, I have a feeling that I'm going to be setting this hook pretty soon. And when I do, you know, one of the first things that we do is get the likes up, guys. Shout out to the Mass Bass Tid. He says, wow, double the payout. That's right. Membership does have its privileges. If you are a member of the channel, those are the people that you hear me referring to as the Money Team, and you see they have a badge next to their name. They get 2 guesses per fish, all right? Not only do they get 2 guesses per fish, they also get double the payout, guys. It does not cost a thing to participate in Bass for Cash. All you have to do is just subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and we're good to go. Just that quick and easy. Real Life with KJ says, on my other account, I'm a member. So if I guess on the YouTube account, can I get the money too? KJ is trying to work the system. Uh-oh, Alexandria's got her eye on you, Real Life with KJ. Don't get DQ'd. She'll make you famous. The rules are quick and are nice and simple. We do not complicate them. One guess. You get 1 guess per fish. Oh my goodness, look at all these birds right here, guys. Where'd they go? There they go. Can you see these birds right here? Those birds generally mean that there's fish in the area. All right, so I have a feeling we're about to set the hook. What do you guys think? All right, really appreciate all the support. I see you guys hitting that like button for me. Yeah, just make sure you guys double tap the screen. We have Emmanuel checking in. He says, what's up, guys? All the way from South Africa. Now, who do we have from South Africa yesterday that was in the chat? Was it? Oh, goodness, I forgot his name. But shout out to South Africa back in the chat. But yeah, we had somebody from South Africa. What was the name of the dam? They were fishing a dam in South Africa and had a 12-pound fish that they logged into FishXLive so that we could all see it. We have Greg Davis checking back in. Alexander says, ladies and gentlemen, please check out the new MoneyBass merch. We have some Bendation and FishXLive merch. That is right. We're getting that stuff out there that everybody was asking for. So for you guys that were asking about the hats, there you go. Got that MoneyBass hat. Who out there is making some money or spending money fishing, however you want to look at it, but has money invested in bass fishing or just fishing in general? All right, so we are out here in 45 feet of water right now. Sometimes I just like doing things a little different just to see if I can make it happen. We have the Monkey Finesse tuning back in. Says, Money, how do I know if a girl is flirting with me? Uh-oh. The Monkey Finesse is coming back with another riddle. I'm guessing this is a riddle. What is the answer? What is the answer? We have Lucas says, yesterday I got a 9-pound fish. That's my PB. Shout out to you on New Year's Day. You gotta love that. That's one of the best ways to do it, right? That, and if it's in a tournament. T Hammer says, asking him for girl tips is crazy. So T Hammer, the Monkey Finesse comes into the chat. As you can see, he is a member of the Money Team. He has that badge next to his name. The Monkey Finesse comes in the chat and gives us some entertainment every once in a while with some good riddles. So I'm pretty sure, let me just see if he put the reply back in here. He says, can you tell us about your experience with boats? What do you recommend? Oh my goodness. I am not a boat expert. I can only, but we may have some people that sell boats in the chat. Do we have anybody that sells boats in the chat? So I'll give you a quick rundown of what I'm, the boat that I'm on right now. So I am running a Nitro Z20. All right. up front, let me just show you up front what I have. Up front, I'm running an Ultrex trolling motor. Over here on the side is Mega 360, that post that you see right there. I have a 12-inch Humminbird G4N Helix unit. This is a 10 G2N. G2 unit, and I run my Mega 360 on that. Now, coming to the back, I'm running a Mercury Pro XS 4-stroke 250 horsepower motor, and I have two Talons back here. These are shallow water anchors for anybody who does not know. They shoot a spike down into the ground. So there's one, there's the other one. They shoot a spike down into the bottom of the lake and hold the boat in place. So as long as I am in 10 foot or less of water, I can use those shallow water anchors. If not, then I use the Ultrex. It has a function on here called spot lock right here that I tap that with my foot, and it will hold the boat in place so that I don't, move around as much, and I can focus on fishing whenever I'm out in deeper water. So that is a quick rundown of the boat that I'm running. All right, shout out to Daniel. Oh my goodness. Daniel is getting live and active in the chat. Hit the channel with the $5 super chat. Really appreciate that, Daniel. Can you guys put Daniel in the chat? If you could put Daniel in the chat, I'd really appreciate that. Daniel hit the channel with the $5.99 super chat. I don't know, Daniel. I might have to get a boat to fish to the boat for you for that $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. Well, I guess I'll dedicate the first fish to Daniel. All right, let's see. What else do we have going on in the chat? I know I missed a few things. And like I said, make sure you guys are paying attention to what Alexandria is putting in the chat. We had a few people that got DQ'd yesterday once we got a fish to the boat. And I know at least one of them wasn't too happy about it. They said, I didn't know I couldn't put multiple guesses into the chat. Keisha says, where are you located? I'm out here on Lake Lanier, Georgia, fishing for spotted bass. Every once in a while, I'll catch a largemouth, but for the most part, the way that I'm fishing is best for spotted bass, guys. All right, you guys are definitely getting active. I see you shouting out SWAT and everything in the chat already. Good deal, good deal. Man, let me go ahead and adjust this. So you guys see this right here? So I have my settings turned up very high. So that's why I'm getting so much interference. I do that because I like to be able to see things a lot better. So I'll just tone that down just a little bit. We're gonna keep on moving, keep on moving. It's going up further on this ledge. All right, let's see, guys. I see a few fish out here about 20 feet away, so we're gonna just ease up on them just a little bit. Oh, there we go. We're in fish territory now. All right, let's go back and stop this alarm. All right, here we go. Dropping my spoon straight down. You can see these fish all lined up around here. So there's a fish coming over to the spoon now. Let's see if we can get him. Let's see if he wants to play. Does he want to play? I see a bunch of you down there. One of you need to play. All right, they're swimming away, so we're gonna try something different on them. They think they're being slick. I'm gonna hit them in the head with a little minnow bait. Let's see if we can make that happen. So there's my bait, and there are the fish right there. Let's see if they're gonna swim over to it or swim away from it. Lord, my bass says, look at that bendation. Derek King said the fish don't bite until the lights go up. Yeah, I do not know what is going on with the lights today, guys. We have almost 200 people in here and only 42 likes. All right, let's move in just a little bit more. Man, years ago, I saw Chris Zaldane on this lake. And I saw him fishing the same technique that I'm fishing right now. But I did not quite understand what it was that he was doing. Because he was fishing a swim bait, but he was fishing the thing so slow. It looked as though he was barely turning the reel on the handle. But now I understand what he was doing. He was just keeping it on the bottom. And he was in anywhere from 30 to 50 feet of water. We have Lindsay's Anglerland in the chat. Appreciate that. She says, Georgia Angler. Oh, yeah, I must subscribe. Really appreciate that. Yeah, we're out here on Lake Lanier doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. Now, just look at this, guys. You see how slow I'm moving that? What I'm doing is just keeping that bottom contact with it. Let me just speed it up just a little bit to get it kind of off the bottom. Just gotta make sure I keep it down there on the bottom, guys. T Hammer says, yo, MoneyBass, somebody said they donate $20 if you catch one. Who said that? Who said it? I need to know who said that. Shout out to Clint Perry. Good to see you back in the chat. We have D Nice. He says, back at it, Bass Man. That's right. Make sure you guys double tap that screen. The likes are still very, very low. Frisco says, you know Zaldane believes in big swim baits. Oh, yeah, he believes in small ones, too. That one that he was out here catching those real nice fish with was a very, very small swim bait. But, yeah, I like throwing those big, well, I want to be able to throw those big swim baits, but I haven't really been to areas or lakes where those have been real productive for me. But I do want to find a place where I can go and throw those big glide baits, because I bought a Chad shad. Does anybody know about those Chad shad baits? I went and bought a Chad shad, but I haven't really had too much of a chance to use it. Frisco says Lake Fork. Oh, yeah, it'll definitely work on Lake Fork. Haven't been there, but I'd like to go and check it out. The Monkey Finesse says, what reel do you use for the big baits? I'm not really the person to ask about the correct setup for them because I don't throw them too often. But as far as reels, I like using Lose reels right now, or one of the main brands that I use. RS says he definitely recommends throwing those big baits. All right, these fish aren't cooperating too well, so let's keep on moving. We're gonna head on inside the cove a little bit more, but I'm really hoping I can get to a spot where these fish are active on the spoon, because with the spoon, I can get these fish to the boat kind of quick and easy. Quick and easy with that spoon when I can find the fish that are active and ready to start feeding. RS says, have you ever heard of a hood trout? Really good for stock ponds. You talking about a Huddleston? Is that what you're referring to? Man, these fish are all over down there, but just not active. The Monkey Finesse says, I was going to ask for your PB Largie, but maybe we can see that on FishXLive. So actually, I do need to upload that on FishXLive. I caught that on one of the a few years back. So I need to go ahead and find it and just upload it on there just to kind of keep it in my journal. But if anybody is not familiar, FishXLive.com is a premier tournament app. And it also has, I think we might get one, guys. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Man. But on FishXLive, you can update your journal. And once we get a fish to the boat, I'll show you guys how I update and log the fish that I catch and keep track of them. All right, so in the chat, maybe you guys can help me out. If you have not hit the like button, type the word "not" in the chat. Oh man, I thought I had one, guys. There's a fish right down there under this, right under the boat. So I'm targeting that fish, but there's other ones down there with it, but my phone got fouled up. Let's just go ahead and shake that back loose and drop it right back down there. Actually, let's just move up a little bit. So we're sitting in 49 feet of water. Let's move up to about 40. Frisco says, catch one. Team Quack Attack says, snatching lips. All right, Lisa. Lisa says, why are you fishing in the pond? Why am I fishing in the pond? Where else do you fish at besides going to the lake? You got to go to the water to catch the fish. That's where they like to hang out at. Now, that one, I kind of slung it out there, but I didn't keep my finger on the reel right. So let's just go ahead and pop this loose. Let it go ahead and fall down there all the way to the bottom. So we're sitting in 40 feet of water now. Frisco said, nice bird's nest. Come on, we just need one of you to cooperate. All right, spoon got foul hooked again. All right, we're gonna try something a little different. Let's go ahead and hit him in the mouthpiece with a drop shot. Get this drop shot down there and see if maybe they'll cooperate with some drop shot action. The Vance Jordan says, where you at? Where you out there trying to catch those spotted bass at? I'm out here on Lake Lanier in Georgia, sitting in about 40 feet of water, targeting some spotted bass right now. Lisa says, go and buy a fish. Jesse says, I prefer street tuna. Mr. Archer says, that's what I'm talking about, some of that drop shot action. The Monkey Finesse says, MoneyBass, would you rather eat crappie, catfish, or shrimp? I wonder what is the best tasting. I mean, I like shrimp. All right, Alexandra says, Rich G, I was stuffing my face and missed it. What did we miss, Alexandra? What just happened in the chat? All right, they're not cooperating with the drop shot either, but it's just a matter of time. You guys know sometimes I got to get out here, find the fish. So I found the fish, but I just have to cycle through a few different baits until we find out what they want to bite. So we're moving on up a little bit shallower. I'm casting out into still about 20 to 30 feet of water. I'm sitting in 46 feet of water. So now we're going low and slow. We're going to cast this out there. Let it go all the way to the bottom. What did I just miss? Is that Caden? Caden back in the chat once again. Hit the channel with the $1.99 super chat. Taruka says, De Silva says, I think there's no fish in this lake. Some people didn't see what happened out here yesterday. We had a great day out here yesterday. We had 2 winners. 2 people walked away with some cash for these bass yesterday. And then we also had a fish that was 4. Does anybody know the weight of the biggest fish that was caught yesterday? Chef Boy says, what are we winning today? T Hammer says a $20 bill. That's right. So each fish that is caught, if you guess the exact weight of that fish, you will walk away with a $20 bill. But remember, 1 guess per fish. Now, if you are a member of the channel, those are the people that you see that have the badges next to their name, and I refer to them as the money team. They get 2 guesses per fish, so they get twice the chance to win. Membership does have its privileges. Now, remember, the other thing is that it does not cost anything to participate. All you have to do is be a subscriber. So if you have not hit that subscribe button, make sure you take a quick second and hit that subscribe button. Shout out to Derek King. That is correct. The biggest fish yesterday was 4.12 pounds. Jimmy Sidekick says, what are you using for bait? I'm currently using a shaky head. So I'm fishing a shaky head. I'm sitting in 46 to 50 feet of water right now, casting up to about 20 feet or so, and just kind of taking my time with it because the fish that I have found are all relating to the bottom. So sooner or later, these fish will get active. I just want to make sure that I'm in the right place at the right time. All right, Derek King says Large Marge. That is right. That was the name of the fish. We had to give her a name. She was huge. She was a nice looking fish. So we were like, oh, we need to go ahead and give her a name, make her famous. Today's current live stream sponsor is Daniel with $5. with the honorable mention going to Caden with that $1.99 super chat. Whoever gives the largest super chat or super sticker during the live streams is the sponsor of that live stream, guys. This channel is supported by you guys, the viewers, subscribers, and people that just kind of slide through every once in a while to see what we are doing out here with this thing we call Bass for Cash. So we're just out here having some fun and conversation. Rich G says, now I'm starving. Hello Kitty says, $20 for the bass. That is right. We're doing this thing called Bass for Cash. All you have to do is just guess the weight of the fish. That's it. So I come out here, spend a nice day out on the lake. So take a look at that. You see the sun up there shining nice and bright. The wind is nowhere near as bad as it was the other day. So enjoying some nice, pretty scenery. I know some people are at work tuning in, just instead of, looking at a wall or something like that inside of a cubicle, they can, hop in and watch this thing we call Bass for Cash. And also, while they're doing that, have a chance to win a little bit of cash. And all they have to do is guess the weight of that bass. And that's it. All right, let's see, guys. Actually, you know what? Let me check my leader. My leader may be a little too short now. Maybe I need to retie this. Nah, I think it's good enough. I think my leader's good enough. All right, so I see some fish sitting out here about 30 feet out from the boat. So we're gonna let this shaky head just fall right down there to those fish. So right here, guys, can you see those little blips down there on the screen? There's my shaky head that I just cast down there. It's falling down, and these are fish sitting right here down on the bottom, about 55 feet of water. So we're gonna see. We see my shaky head still falling. It's falling slow. That's a 1/4 ounce jig head that I have on there. But we're just gonna let that fall all the way down there to the bottom. And just kind of move it real slow. See if any of those fish want to cooperate. All right, let's move in a little bit further. Steve Wimpy said, does anybody who remembers who named that fish Large Marge? Does anybody remember who came up with that name? I think I remember the name. I think I remember who did that. But let's see, does the chat remember who named that fish Large Marge? Fred Chambers says, we were just talking about you. Someone left a boat on 29th Street parked in front of the bank. It has a license plate. Shout out to It's Me. It's Me is back. Says, it's my birthday. All right, shout out to It's Me. Space says, what rod do you have? Can you see it right there? This is a Ducket Black Ice rod. It is a 7.2 medium. And really, when I'm fishing deeper water like this, I maybe need a medium heavy. But when they bite, I kind of got to hit them kind of hard with that hook to make sure it goes through and gets to where it needs to go. Shout out to It's Me. Celebrating a birthday today. right, I think we're getting a little closer to where we need to be. Still sitting in 48 feet of water. How are the likes looking, guys? We're over 100 and something people in the chat. We should have close to 100 likes. We're only sitting at 61 likes. Keep in mind, that like button really does help support the channel. So we have members of the channel, we have subscribers, and then we have those that hit the like button. Sometimes there's people that do all three, but doing any one of those three or any combination of those three things is all that you have to do to show support of the channel. Now, the like button is real important because once we get that fish to the boat, I'm going to check the likes. And if the likes are not up, then the Bass for Cash is going to be delayed a little bit. Shout out to Voodoo. Says, any fish yet? We have not caught any fish yet. So what I did today is I kind of went to a different area, just trying something new and seeing if we can still get some fish to the boat by going to something different. So I'm finding fish, but the thing is, it may not be the bite window yet. I may not be using the right bait yet. I'm just cycling through different baits, trying to see what the fish are wanting to hit today. And I haven't found that yet. But you guys know, we'll figure it out sooner or later. Frisco says, over 100 and no catch yet. That's right, we have over 100 in the chat. The Monkey Finesse says, who has been a role model for you? Anyone inspired the greatness within you? I would just say family. Family values. Family members. And the family dynamic were my inspiration. How about that? All right, Voodoo says, you had a pattern yesterday. I missed it. Oh, yeah. So did you go back and watch some of that action yesterday? Now, listen, Voodoo, if you want to go back and watch some of the action from yesterday, there are timestamps in the comment section. So you can go directly to each fish that was caught yesterday. All you do is just go in the comment section and just click on the timestamp, and it'll take you directly to where the fish were caught. Then there's timestamps for the weigh-in, timestamps for just different things in there, different things that I would say are like key points or things that people would want to see. So you can always go and just, click through that episode a little bit and see those catches from yesterday and see how I was catching them, what I was catching them on, all of that good stuff. Hello Kitty says, cast on your left side. All right, I just cast to my left side. Frisco says, we all keep hope alive. We have Black Air Force Energy says, has the cold hit your spot yet? Might not be at the right depth. Yep, it is kind of chilly out here. We've had a few cold fronts come through. All right, guys, the likes are kind of getting there. We're getting there. Once we get 100 likes, we'll start getting some fish to the boat. How about that? Is that the deal? That's the deal for today. 100 likes, and we'll go ahead and start getting fish to the boat. Taruka De Silva says, cast front sunlight. Okay, so you're saying just cast straight into that sunlight. Now that's where the fish are at, in that sunlight. We're starting off a little slow today. Derek King said he's out there catching them on a spinnerbait and rattle trap in Arkansas in 8 to 12 feet of water. Okay. Are you catching largemouth or largemouth spotted bass? What is your target species? All right, let's do a sign of live check again. If you have already hit the like button, type the word like in the chat. If you have not hit the like button, type no in the chat. Let's see who has actually hit the like button. All right, Derek King said he's after largemouth. All right, I see the lights coming through. Shout out to Hello Kitty, DL Peck Fishing, Richard Green, and Voodoo, the Monkey Finesse. Really appreciate everybody for getting active in the chat, hitting that like button for me. So who has not hit the like button? Putting no. Clint Perry putting no. Shout out to Clint Perry. Who else has not hit the like button? Frisco says no. Catch one. All right, I'm going to remember that, Frisco. I'm going to remember that. Shout out to Steve Wimpy. He hit that like button for me. Really appreciate that, sir. Who else besides Frisco and Clint Perry has not hit the like button? I'm going to remember those names. Who did not hit the like button for me? All right, let's ease on into this cove. Richard Green says, I hit the dislike. Bobby says, have you tried docks? No, sir. I'm not hitting docks today. Today, we're going to focus offshore. I'm really wanting to find some fish that are active on this spoon bite. That is the goal for today. Just trying something a little different. Ease around, see what we can see through here. Still hanging around that 40 to 50 foot range. Steve Wimpy said you gotta shake that mooch minnow. It could work, could be mooch minnow time. Yeah, I threw it once or twice today, but I haven't really fished that enough to have enough confidence in it yet. I'll have to come out here one of these days and focus on that when you guys aren't watching. Because whenever I come out here trying new techniques, I got to come out here and make sure the gear's set up, everything is ready to roll. And you guys don't want to hear it. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Clint Perry. He has gifted one membership. We have KK has become a new member of the chat, a new member of the channel. Big shout out to KK and Clint Perry. Really appreciate that. Clint Perry has brought, maybe between him and Justin White, I don't know who has brought the most number of new members to the Money Team. Okay, I eased out here to the middle of this ditch just to see if I could see anything. There are some fish down there, but do they want to play? Do they want to cooperate is the question. Oh, man. I can't believe it, guys. Just missed them. They were down there fighting over it too. How did I miss all of those fish? These fish are sitting in about 50 feet of water. All right, let's hit them in the head with a drop shot once again. See if that'll get their attention. Shout out to Teresa. Glad to have you back in the chat. Teresa, we have not got anything to the boat just yet. We're still working on it. So we have found the fish. And now the goal is to determine what it will take to get those fish to bite. So we're more than halfway there to getting some fish to the boat. Let's go ahead and put a little stank on it for them. Give them something to think about. Victor says, how long do you stay out there? It really does vary. It really does vary, Victor. Richard Green says, drop a chicken nugget. We have Florida in the chat. Says, do you remember me? I remember you in the chat. Victor says, how long do you stay out there? Today I plan on staying out here for maybe about 2 hours. So hopefully we'll get on these fish soon. MT Evans says, where are you fishing at? I'm on Lake Lanier. The water temp is 50 degrees. The outside temp feels like it's around the same. Feels like it's around 50 degrees or so. Oh, guys. Oh, man. We had one on, but he didn't take the whole bait. So this drop shot bite would definitely feel good. I haven't caught one on a drop shot in a while, though. Let's go ahead and just check the bait out, make sure it didn't take my bait or anything like that. Okay, bait is still good. Let's get right back down there into the action, because they're definitely still down there. Now I'm fishing with a 1/2 ounce cylinder drop shot weight on there. Richard Green says, give us some bendation. Where is the bendation at? I'm working on it. We're going to get the bendation going in just a minute. So today what I've been focused on is drop shot and spoon. I've thrown the shaky head just a little bit. I just had a bite on the drop shot. Probably need to change the bait up a little bit. So we're gonna do that in just a second. Because we have now found the fish. So that part of that piece of the puzzle is out of the way. Now it's a matter of what is it gonna take to get them to bite. Teresa says, how's your day going for you so far? Day's going great. Out here spending a nice relaxing day out on the lake, trying to see if we can do this thing called Bass for Cash. Once I get a fish to the boat, see if anybody wants to win some of this New Year's money. We had 2 winners yesterday. We had 2 people that walked away with payouts yesterday. Somebody won $25. Somebody else won, what was it, $25 and $50. So we did a New Year's Day special. It's kind of what we did yesterday. All right, let's see. So I have a real short leader on here for my drop shot because these fish are kind of stuck to the bottom. So let's just go ahead and change colors on them real quick and see if that'll make a difference. Just change it up just a little bit. Put a little of that on there, see if they'll hang on to it a little longer. Derek King says, KK is my wife. Is that considered cheating? No, she's gonna catch that and get that money and go shopping. All right, so there's quite a few fish down there, guys. We're gonna see. Steve Wimpy said, put some stank on it. You know, I had to put some stank on it. And I changed the worm up a little bit, so we'll see. Mando says it should work. Andre says you should use a Ned rig. Andre, we've been trying a little bit of everything so far. But yeah, we're just cycling through baits, trying to see if it's the bait, the bite window, or what we're dealing with right now, because I found the fish in basically the 2 locations that I came to. I moved around a little bit, found some other fish. But the thing is, getting those fish to bite is what we're working on now. And I'm sitting out here in 38 feet of water right now. So the fish have been in, I guess, anywhere from 35 to 50 feet, somewhere around in that range of the fish that I'm targeting. All right, let's just double check. All right, we're still good. We're still good. Let's just pitch that out there just a little bit. Let's ease back over here a little bit. Andre says, they say football jigs are the best. You catch all the fish with a football jig. Jean says, my mom got a new tackle box for Christmas. I was so jealous. I wanted to trade her for my multi-tool. All right, guys, we're sitting at around 130 people in the chat. The likes are kind of slowly drifting up. So we have located the fish that I want to target for today. Well, actually, let's move around just a little bit more. So I found 2 schools of fish, but wasn't able to catch anything out of either one of those yet. The sun's starting to come up a little bit more. So all we're going to do is just kind of look around, see if I can find one more little group of fish. And once they start biting, then that way we can just kind of hop from school to school, catch 2 or 3 fish, see if anybody wants to win any of this cash for today. Doug says, so use your jig. Well, we've been jigging a spoon. Does that count? Mr. Archer says, anyone getting any new baits for Christmas? Did anybody get anything good for Christmas? Ryan says he got a Damiki. News Now Tammy says, I got a fishing trip to the Tennessee River, which is just a quarter mile down from my house, and got 35 catfish. Wow, okay. That's a good day. A lot of hook setting going on that fishing trip. I was expecting to see some fish back here in this cove, but not really seeing anything. Tammy says one of the best ones I've had in a long time. Oh yeah, that was a lot of fish caught. I bet that was a good day. Voodoo says I got 3 jackhammers. That runs about what, $60 for 3. Ryan says, try that spoon. Okay, we'll get back on that spoon in just a second. So all we're doing right now, guys, is still just kind of scanning around, looking for some more fish activity. It's just part of the process. So do we have any new subscribers to the channel? Did anyone just subscribe to the channel today? If you just subscribed to the channel today, put subscribed in the chat. Just want to get a good idea of who we have checking in, tuning in. Are we getting some new people to the chat? If you are a new subscriber, well, let's say if you subscribed yesterday or today, because I think we had about 30,000 people come through here yesterday. So if you subscribed either yesterday or today, Just put subscribe in the chat. Tammy says, I just subscribed. Really appreciate that, Tammy. Shout out to Tammy. Team Quack Attack says MoneyBass in boats. Heck yes. All right. Good deal. Really appreciate that. So we have Quack Attack. Hit that like button. Let me see. Welcome news now, Tammy. All right. Yeah. Welcome to the channel. I'm just going to ease back here on this point. All right, Aiden says subscription. All right, so Aiden subscribed. Really appreciate that. Mr. Archer says, I'm holding out till I see you put a good bend in that pole, sir. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, we're going to have to make it happen. So I guess I've had enough time to get out here, scout around, and figure something out, right? So now it's time to start getting some fish to the boat. So let's see what we can make happen for you. Andre says, do you have FishBrain, the app? Nope, I use FishXLive, FishXLive.com. Oh, man, man, man. All right, guys, these fish are a little finicky today. So that's the second one that has hit the drop shot, but didn't quite commit to it. So we're going to see. So we're down in about 20 feet of water now. Doug says bass have shut down on his 2-acre pond. Uh-oh. That's not good. Aiden says, what is your biggest bass? My biggest spotted bass is 5 pounds, 11 ounces. My biggest largemouth is 8.56 pounds. Let's see, what else? And my biggest striper, I'd say, was around 15 pounds. So we're going to take our time and fish this back to the boat kind of slow. Tammy says, find a point that will drop off into about 30 feet of water. That is the game plan for the day. So that is what we've been doing. And pretty much I've located 2 different schools of fish doing that. So we're going to get back over there in just a second. So I found another some structure with a few fish on it. So we're going to see if we can get these fish to bite. Then if not, then we're going to go back to that point. Actually, we were going to go to that point, but you guys see that boat right there? That boat pulled right up to where we were about to head back to. So that's where we were just at over there just a minute ago. Actually, you know what? We need to move. I think we need to move. We stayed over here a little too long. Let's go ahead and stick and move, guys. Tammy says, dang, you need to get yourself down to Lake Okeechobee in Florida. The biggest one I caught was 15 pounds. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a whole different ball game being down there in Florida. Aiden says, that's a dink. All right, there we go, guys. There we go. Oh, my goodness. Do you see it? I told you it was a matter of time. It has a little bendation to it. Do you see that? That right there is what we refer to as bendation out here. And it has a little bit of bend to it. Let's see. And he's mad. It's a mad one, too. Do you see him down there? Let's see if we can flip him to the boat. Oh, my goodness. We got him. We got him. There goes fish number one to the boat, guys. I told you it would take just a matter of time. Pow, right in that mouthpiece. Did you guys see it? Did you see that? The bendation is real. Just like this thing we call bass for cash. Now, we're going to see, is this fish going to be a keeper? In order for it to be an official bass for cash fish, it needs to hit that 14-inch mark. All right, now, who said that they were waiting for me to get a fish to the boat? Who said it? Who said that? So there's the fish to the boat. And do you see it? It's official, guys. Somebody might be walking away with how much are we paying out today? Steve Wimpy said, the shaky head will never let you down. It was Mr. Archer. Mr. Hart Archer, did you hit the like button? And did you also go ahead and subscribe? Now, remember, guys, we're doing this thing called Bass for Cash. It does not cost anything to participate. It is free. It is free to participate. But you do have to be a subscriber. Now, if you have not hit the subscribe button, there's like a 2-minute delay. So you do not want to wait. Once you see scales open is when we will open it up for guesses. Now, you guys have been slow with the likes today. We should have been well over 100 likes, right? But we haven't been getting there. Let's go ahead and put some water on that fish. So you guys have an idea of the size of that fish. It was what, about 15 or so? I told you guys it was just a matter of time. So now let's go ahead and put some water in here for that fish. Hit him with the recirc. All right, so it was just a matter of time. So now, I told you we were waiting for that bite window. So I located where some fish are at. Now the game plan is to get a few bigger fish out here, right? We have some company, guys. You see that? We have some company. Let's see, guys. Was there any of his buddies down there with him? We're going to get another one to the boat. All right, so Alexandra, how are we looking on the likes? How are we looking on the likes? How many likes do you think we need today? I'm thinking we need about 100 and... Let me see what Alexandra thinks. Steve Wimpy says, it's official like a referee's whistle. That is right. Bass for Cash is real, just like the bendation. Some of you guys may have witnessed it for the first time. 120, that is right. That's what I was thinking. We need 120 likes, and then we're going to give away. Tell them what is the payout today? They can win up to $40 per fish, all right? Up to $40 for this payout, guys. Remember, it does not cost a thing to participate in Bass for Cash. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel. That is it. Now, membership does have its privileges. The people that you've been hearing me refer to as the Money Team, those are the members of the channel. They get 2 guesses per fish. They get 2 guesses per fish. Now, if you are not a member of the channel, remember, you guys do not put more than 1 guess in that chat once we open the scales. If you do, you will be hit with the word disqualified, which you do not want to have happen. Alexandria is watching. There are a lot of eyes on the chat once it's comes time for that payout. If you put more than 1 guess in that chat and you only put your 1 guess 1 time only, 1 guess 1 time only, do not join the DQ club. It is not a good thing to be a member of that club. All right. All right. So there we go, guys. Just had to get a little something to the boat because the name of the game is Bass for Cash. There we go. Shout out to Voodoo. He says, do not spam your guess. You only put 1 guess 1 time in the chat. If you put more than that in there, you are finito. You will be DQ'd. Do not spam the chat. And we're going to go into subscriber only mode. So only the subscribers of the channel will be able to participate in Bass for Cash. Now we're at 97 likes. We should have been well over 100 by now. We had close to 200 people in here at one point. But all we need, what do we need? 13 more likes? No, we need 23 more likes. Oh my goodness. They've been moving slow. Richard Green says double tap that screen. That's right. To hit the like button, all you do is double tap the screen. That is it. It is free to hit that like button, guys. Once we get up to 120 likes, we're going to weigh this first fish. Going to make a few more casts here, and then we're going to take off and head to another location. See if we can find some fish that are now active. For one thing, for me, what I have found is the locations that I go to whenever I find these fish, how they've been right there. They've been tapping on the bait. They haven't really been hitting it that good. But once I catch one or two, then it's like that pattern that I'm running, the bite window may have opened up for me. Now I see a fish directly under the boat. Let's see if we can get it in with a spoon. We're only in 20 feet of water, so it may not hit it, but we'll try it out anyway. We'll try this spoon out and see what he thinks about it. All right, it didn't think much about it because it said nope. All right, let's see. See if we can get another one to the boat, guys. All right, so while you guys are deciding whether you want to give us these 18 more likes or not, I'm going to keep fishing, see if we can get another fish to the boat. All we need is 18 more likes. If you have already hit the like button, type the word like in the chat. Andre says, can you please throw a panther marlin black and yellow? I do not know what that is. All right, I see you guys hitting that like in the chat. Really appreciate that. Who else has hit the like button? Mr. Archer, okay, I see you. I see you. Mr. Archer went ahead and hit the like button. Who else said they were holding out until we got a fish to the boat before they hit the like button? Who else was it? Who was doing it? Who was doing that? Clint Perry said he was like number 96. All right. Well, who's going to be like 110? Who's like number 109? When you hit the like button, type in the chat what number the count was on when you hit the like button. Clint Perry said he was like 196. I want to know who is like 108 and 109. Charles said he is like 110. Tyler is like 108. There must be a delay on my end because I'm seeing 107. How many likes do you guys see? How many likes do you guys see in the chat? Is somebody trying to trick me? Is that what's going on? Alexandra said she was like number 11. Richard Green was like 57. I want to know who is going to be like number 110, 109 and 110. Richard said he's 95 and 109. You can only hit the like button once. If you hit it twice, it actually takes the like away. Charles says, just hit the like button, bro. Just go ahead and do it so we can get it cracking. Well, seems like it was a shaky head kind of day for me right now, guys. Kiva says, you have 95 viewing and 108 likes. That's right, but we had about 200 in here not too long ago. So just because there are that many people viewing does not mean that everybody has hit the like button. in almost every instance, it definitely means that they have not all hit the like button. So as you come into the chat, make sure you double tap that screen, get the likes up for us, and then we are going to do this thing we call Bass for Cash. Now, who is new to the channel and has never participated in Bass for Cash before? Type new in the chat if you are new to the channel and you have never participated in Bass for Cash before. Just type new in the chat. All right, so we have Stop the Divide is new. We have Mr. Archer is new. Michael is new. Tyler Mag is new. Charles says, hey, I'm not new. Tammy says, I'm new. We have, is that Mount Evans? Am I saying that right? Is new. All right, so listen, for everybody that is new in the chat, I do not want you to get DQ'd. I don't want you to get disqualified. Alexandra is putting the rules of engagement for Bass for Cash in the chat, okay? So what I need you to do is make sure you read those instructions clearly, because more than one guess in the chat, you will be DQ'd. Your guess will not count. You put one guess in the chat one time, and the guessing does not start until we announce scales open. The scales do not open until we get 120 likes. That is when we will give away some of this cash for these bass, all right? And it's just that quick and easy. It does not cost anything to participate in Bass for Cash. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, and that's it. All right, let's check on them. Okay, we have enough water in there for the fish. Remember, you have to be a subscriber. Once we go into subscriber only mode, you will not be able to leave messages anymore unless you have subscribed. Tyler says, what weight braid are you using? So on my spinning rod, the one that I just had in my hand, I use 15 or 20 pound high vis yellow braid, and then I tie that off to, let's go back over here and check on these other fish now, see if those fish are now active. I tie that off to 12-pound fluorocarbon. All right, KK says we need, shout out to KK, a new member of the Money Team. Oh my goodness, when did that happen? When did KK, okay, you got the free membership. That just happened today. Shout out to KK, new member of the Money Team. Really appreciate you tuning in, trying to win some of this loot. Now, KK, is your husband in the chat? Because I heard that KK may be the husband of, who was it that was in the chat said, KK is my wife? Who was that? All right, Tammy says, I'm not here to win anything. I'm enjoying watching you fish. That's all I need. Okay. All right, appreciate that. But go ahead and get you a guess or two in. It'll still be fun. I always like to see when new people come to the channel and they hop right in and snatch the funds away from the people that have been on the channel, been in here trying and, trying to win. Then somebody comes in here and says, hey, what is this Bass for Cash thing? Can I play? I'm like, yeah, you can play. They come in and put their guess in and get right to it. Just start snatching cash. Stop the Divide says, just be a subscriber, or do you have to join? No, all you have to do is subscribe. You do not have to be a member of the channel. Now, there is some I would say membership has its privileges. The members of the channel, they get 2 guesses per fish, so they have twice the chance to win. They also get twice the payout. So today, the total payout, the total pot is $65. Each fish that is caught, you get 1 guess per fish, and you will, let's see, I thought I saw a little something. You get 1 guess per fish, and you will win a $20 bill. Now, the members of the channel, they get 2 guesses per fish. Do not put 2 guesses in that chat unless you are a member of the channel, because if you do, you will be DQ'd, all right? Pale Rider says, I'm just here for the milkshakes. All right, he's here to see Thickums. You remember she said my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, right? Is that what you're talking about, Pale Rider? All right, Tammy says, okay, if I win or have a winning guess, just add it. What did she say? Just add it to the pot for the next time. All right. Shout out to Tammy. She's just here for a good time. Really appreciate you for tuning in. And again, make sure you guys are reading the information that is in the chat. Alexandria is putting the rules of engagement in here for you. You do not want to be someone that says, I didn't know we could only put 1 guess in there as you're getting DQ'd. You do not want that to happen to you. It seems like that's been happening almost on a weekly basis now. I guess because we have a lot more people tuning in. So remember, it does not cost a thing to participate. We have a fish in the live well that we are about to weigh in just a few minutes because we are at 113 likes. We only need 7 more likes. Now, who is going to be like number 114? If you hit the like button and you are like number 114, type 114 in the chat. I just want to see who is hitting that like button. So hit the like button and put in the chat what like number you are in the chat. All right, so we're heading back. We got a lot of 114s. We're up to 118 now. Okay. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there. You guys are almost ready to get some of this cash for these bass. All right, so we're over the top of some more. So once we get 1 more like, guys, I just need to see 1 more like. Then we're going to do this thing called Bass for Cash. If you are like number 120, I want to see who is like number 120. If you are like number 120, put 120 in the chat. Somebody hit the like button more than once. If you hit the like button more than once, it takes away the like that you just did. So I see KK says she hit the like button again. So if you hit the like button again, it actually removed the like. All right, Rich G says 120 now. I refreshed my screen. All right, so I'm still looking at 119. I think some people are hitting the like button more than once. If you hit it more than once, it actually takes away the like from the count. All right, let's see. All right, so I think we're at a nice and easy 120. All right, so does anybody know, before we weigh this fish, what we need to do? Does anybody know what your partner MoneyBass is gonna do before we weigh this fish? Let me see, who knows? Who has been following this channel to know what your partner MoneyBass is about to do before we weigh this fish? Now, this gives everybody enough time to go in here and hit the subscribe button, because we are about to go into subscriber only mode. Once we go into subscriber only mode, there we go. Shout out to Steve Dorsey. 1 more cast. That's right. I'm going to do this 1 more cast because it will give you guys some time to go ahead and hit that like button. Well, I mean the subscribe button. So this cast right here is just to give you guys some time to hit the subscribe button. If you wait until we open the scales before you hit that subscribe button, there's a chance that your guess may not go through, because there's about a 2-minute delay from the time that you hit the subscribe button to the time that YouTube registers it and allows you to participate in the subscriber only chat. All right. The Avion says 1 more cast equals 3 more cast. Voodoo says, anyone notice how small Big Mac patties have gotten? Hopefully not too many people notice that, because Voodoo, you should not be eating at McDonald's. That is not some healthy food. It'll give you some gut problems, some heart problems, some blood vein problems, all kind of problems. Hopefully nobody else knows that they have gotten small. Teresa says 1 more cast. T Hammer says, he says, bro is cooking. Yeah, Voodoo, hit the grocery store. Don't hit the McDonald's. Tammy says, I haven't eaten McDonald's for almost 15 and a half years. I told you, Voodoo, you need to get away from that McDonald's. Voodoo says facts. Yeah, Voodoo, go get you some chips and a sandwich or something. And some fruit. Yeah, don't go to McDonald's. We need you to be around for a little while so you can at least get some of this Bass for Cash. Voodoo, have you ever won Bass for Cash? Anybody that has won Bass for Cash, put I won and then put how much you won. If you have won Bass for Cash, put it in the chat and put how much you have won. Voodoo says, no, I have not won. Frisco says, I got, okay, McDonald's for coffee. Uh-oh, there we go. Herbert says, I won $30. Brent Bloom says, what scent is that smelly jelly? I use Bass Max or Ultra Bass. Bass Feast, that's what it's called. Cam says, I'm eating McDonald's right now. Cam, throw it in the trash and go to the grocery store. Do not take another bite, Cam. Do not take another bite. Richard Green says, dang, at least go to Burger King and get a what? No, Richard, no, don't go to Burger King either. Oh, man, those foods are made to make money. They are not made to actually do anything good for you. That's for money. All right, Voodoo says, cheers, Cam. Peyton says, I won $10. How did you win $10? Oh, so wait a minute, Peyton, you were playing back whenever we first started. Because I remember at first we used to give away like $5 and $10. Peyton, is that when you won, back when we first started doing Bass for Cash? Derek King says, I won $50, not counting what I'm going to win today. All right. Cam says a double quarter pounder with cheese. Did you get cheese on it? You got to put some cheese on it. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it right, right? All right, guys, so we had to do 1 more cast. Wait a minute. You know what I just noticed? You guys know what I just noticed? When I made that cast, I was trying to cast like in this direction, but the wind blew it and it went in the wrong direction. So that cast didn't count. This cast right there we go. That is the cast that I wanted. See, it landed right out here at about 75 feet. So that last cast right there didn't count. So this was 1 more cast right here. So we're doing 1 more cast. This is the official 1 more cast. We're up to 124 likes, and we're doing the official 1 more cast. That last one did not count. Did anybody else see when I made that cast that it was crooked? That's why I had to redo it? Did anybody else notice that? I just want to see if anybody else noticed it, just in case. Tammy says, you're speaking like a true fisherman. No, but Tammy, it was crooked. Didn't somebody else had to have saw the way that the cast went? Did anybody else notice that the cast was crooked? Voodoo says, of course, between my Big Mac fingers. Did anybody else notice that the cast was crooked? I mean, I want to make sure that I give you guys quality cast. I don't want to just be out here just casting and, they're all crooked and, they're not crooked and efficient. I want to make sure that we are doing some highly efficient casting out here. Peyton says, yes, sir. All right. I got a second on that. I guess nobody else saw it besides me and you, Peyton. Everybody else didn't see that the cast was kind of crooked. Mr. Archer says, my buddy and I averaged 20 last cast. 20? Oh my goodness. T Hammer says, Money, how long you been doing Bass for Cash? I'm not sure. How long do you guys think we've been doing Bass for Cash? Stop the Divide said, what's the heaviest fish you've gotten on this channel? So the heaviest fish was caught during Bass for Cash. It was 5 point. Well, actually, I gave you guys a clue, but who was here when we had the 5-pounder? That was the biggest, and it was a spotted bass. It was a 5+ pounder. Who remembers the weight of that fish? Who remembers the weight of that fish? Tony 450 says, any excuse for another cast. All right, there we go. That was the one more cash right there. So we're gonna weigh this fish, see if we can give away some money. Somebody could be walking away with $40 today. Now remember, you get one guess for this fish. You only put one guess in the chat one time. If you put more than one guess in the chat, actually, you know what? Let me start heading to the back of this cove. I just want to check something back there real quick before we head out to another spot. All right, guys, so the rules of engagement, one guess per fish. Oh, you guys are trying to, does anybody put it in there? All right, so you get one guess per fish. If you put more than one guess, you will be DQ'd. Do not put more than one guess in the chat. And that one guess that you put, only put it one time. If you put the same guess or multiple guesses in the chat, once we go to subscriber only mode for this Bass for Cash, you will be DQ'd. Believe me. Alexandria and several other people are watching because they like seeing that word DQ come in the chat. They think it's funny. They think it's funny when somebody gets DQ'd, all right? So do not become a member of the DQ club, all right? Shout out to Alton, says, where are you from? I'm out here on Lake Lanier, Georgia. Alton, is this your first time to the channel? We are about to do this thing called Bass for Cash. I want to see if Alton can win. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and put your guess in the chat. Once we open the scale, that's it. And let me just show you, Alton. So we have a fish that we got to the boat. It took us a minute to find some fish that were active. But where is it at? It's down there hiding. It's hiding in the back there. Can you see it? It's back there hiding in the back. So all we're going to do is I'm going to put that fish on a measuring board, let you see the length, the width. It has a little bit of girth on it, but it's a keeper. And that's all we need for Bass for Cash. If you guess the exact weight of that fish, you will win $20. You get one guess. Once we open up scales, all you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel. You do not have to pay anything to participate in Bass for Cash, all right? All right. Who is that? Tamako says, is that a largemouth? No, that is a spotted bass. All right. Yep, so that is a spotted bass. We have Slime Time. Fishing and Real Service says, yeah, he a Georgia boy. That Georgia accent is pure. Oh yeah, we're down south. We have a little bit of southern hospitality down here. We're about to do this thing we call Bass for Cash. Now, we are about to go into subscriber only mode, guys. Actually, hold on. Let me just check something. Let me check the thing. Let me see how far away I am from this point. I'm going to ease out here and see if I can get to where some of this timber is at. We're about to do this thing called Bass for Cash. Hopefully everybody has already hit the subscribe button, because once we go into subscriber only mode, there is a delay and you may be locked out of putting your guess in the chat. Now, what you are playing for is a $20 bill that will be sent to you directly through Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and they will send the money to you immediately while we are still live. Then you come back and confirm that you have received that payment, so everybody knows and everybody can see that Bass for Cash is real. And yes, we have been doing it for a while. There have been quite a few people that have won. Quite a few people have come back multiple times because they have won. All right, I'm just letting the boat kind of drift back here. Once I get set up on the, Ken says, I don't have Cash App. I don't have that Cash App thing. All right, let's see, guys. Let's just see how far away I am from the back of this cove. Once we get back here, then we're gonna weigh this fish. All right, make sure you guys are reading the information that Alexandra Corbett is putting in the chat. And also, if anybody has any questions about it, in the description of this video, there are full details of how we do this thing we call Bass for Cash, all right? Nobody really says, if that guess is already taken, you must pick a different guess. And basically what he is referring to is if two people have the same guess, whoever put that guess in there first is the one who will win. That's how we do a tiebreaker. Now, if two people guess and one of those guesses are a member of the money team, then that money team winner is going to take the funds, because membership does have its privileges, guys. Membership definitely has its privileges. Remember, do not put more than one guess in that chat. That is one of the main things that I will tell you. And nobody really kind of gave you another good tip, is that if you see somebody else has already put the guess in there that you have, if you put it in there and it's the winning guess, then they are going to win, because that will be the tiebreaker. All right. I just wanted to look around real quick. I don't see anything. All right, let's go ahead and get it cracked. Let's go ahead and get this fish weighed. And then while we're doing that, I am going to show you guys this thing called FishXLive. All right, let's go ahead and get this fish out of here. We're going to put it on this measuring board. As soon as I take this fish out and put it on the measuring board, Alexandra, you can open the scales at that point. Now, once those scales are open, you guys have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to put your guesses in the chat. All right, so here we go. As soon as you see scales open. All right, so take a look, guys. That fish is a little under 15 inches, just a little under 15 inches. All right, there you go. Scales are officially open. And actually, hold on, you guys have to be a subscriber. There we go. We are in subscriber only mode, guys. All right, so there we go. Put your guesses in there. You have 2 minutes to put your guesses in the chat. Now, while you guys are doing that, I want everyone to take a look at this app. Now, this is if you are a fisherman or you know someone that is a fisherman. This is well, Christmas is over, but this is something you could get for somebody as a gift, or hey, you may want to go ahead and hop on and check it out yourself. It is currently set up to where you can get a free subscription, guys. It's a free 7-day trial. And let me just show everybody while we're doing this. I'm going to see if I can get this done within the 2 minutes that it takes to get the Bass for Cash finished. So what you do is you go to FishXLive.com. There it goes. Once you go to FishXLive.com, you'll go to and hit this download FishXLive. Now, that is the link for you to get your free 7-day trial for the subscriptions. And what I want you to do is download that app, create your profile, and then upload a catch in your journal. So once you hit this download button, let me just show you guys real quick. It will take you to FishXLive. All right, so FishXLive will open up like that. And let's see, so that's me right there. I'm in my journal. This is my profile page. So you will be able to go to FishXLive, set up your profile account. You have your picture, your bio, things like that. And then any tournaments that you participate in through FishXLive will show up down here. Look at all those tournaments, guys. All right, so now what we're going to look at today is this journal of catches. So we're going to log this fish in here. So look at all these fish that we have been catching, guys. So we're going to log this catch in here. I see you guys are still guessing. So let's go ahead and log this in here real quick. This is Lake Lanier. That species is spotted bass. The weight, I'm not sure of the weight right now. So we're just going to put 10 in there. The inches, it was about, this is a little under 15 inches. Then a picture of the fish. So we're going to snap a quick picture of this fish. So let's go to camera. Let's just set that camera up right there. Get the fish out. Set my timer. All right, so there we go. Got a picture of that fish. All right, remember guys, don't put any chat messages or anything in there right now. Let's just stick with the guesses. All right, so here we go. Then we're gonna track that location. This is gonna track where we caught it at. And so let's see. Then we're going to just do a voice memo in here. Caught this fish on a shaky head going into the back of a cove near a brush pile, period. All right, so you see it put my, oops. I don't need any of that in there. All right, so now we come down here, picture of the lure. I can add that in there later. The water temp, we were sitting at 52 degrees. The weather is sunny. Let's see, guys, are the scales still? Okay, the scales are now closed. So I need everybody to hold off on putting messages in the chat real quick. So today is sunny. Water clarity is clear. And the wind is 0 to 5 miles per hour. Now I need to add up here that the weather temp, it's about 50 degrees outside. Let's see. It is currently about 50 degrees outside, period. And then we're going to submit that. All right, and there's the catch right here, guys. It's showing up as 10 pounds because that's what I put in there. After we weigh it, I will go back and change it. So there you go. That's your pot in the money bass. I just logged that fish in there. You can see my details. Now remember, all of this information is private down here. This is private information, so nobody sees your details, the picture of your lure, and then look, it will show where you were. I just want to make sure that my connection and everything is still good because I am kind of back in the cove by some trees right now. Just put ready in the chat if you guys can see me and hear me. Just put ready in the chat. All right, I see Alton said ready. All right, let's get the scale turned on. All right, there we go. We are zeroed out. We are zeroed out. Now, my guess on this fish, I'm going to say a one for two. I say a 142, guys. All right, we have it on there. Drum roll, please. I said a 142. Oh, and it came in at a 138. I was close. I was close. You guys see that? 138. Look at the weight of those fish from yesterday. Yesterday we had a 226, a 412, a 148, a 132, and a 222. All right, so you guys see it. Today we are starting off with a 138. 138. Did someone guess a 138? We have Alexandra checking on it for us. All right, let me go ahead and I already took a picture of the fish. We'll go ahead and somebody said voodoo was close. All right, let's go ahead and get this fish back in the water. No official winner. Nobody walked away with that $40 bill. Why don't you guys want this money? Now you have to go back and go to work again. Oh my goodness. We're going to come out of subscriber only mode, guys. All right, subscribers. All right, there we go. So everybody can hop back in again. Remember, it does not cost anything to participate. All you had to do was subscribe. All right, let's keep on moving. I want to just come over here and check this cove real quick to see if there's a fish back there, but I'm not really seeing anything. We're gonna pack up. Oh man, you know something? I forgot there's an area that I wanted to go check out today, but you know what? I don't think I'm gonna be able to go today, so I may have to come back out here tomorrow to check on a few things. Oh my goodness. We had Voodoo and Chris Phillips close was 139. Now, remember, when you guys guess the same thing, if you guess the same thing as a member of the money team and it's a tie, that money team member is going to take that money. All right, good deal, guys. All right, so the new people that are in the chat, what do you think about this thing we call Bass for Cash? Is it fun? Do you guys like it? I guess it'll be a little more fun once you see somebody actually win while you're watching. But what do you guys think? For the new people in the chat, what do you think about this thing we call Bass for Cash? So we got the first fish to the boat. Now we're gonna run to another location, get another fish to the boat. Tammy says, I think it's pretty cool. But nobody wanted that money, Tammy. You see how they do? They got enough money from New Year's and credit. Like, we don't need none of that. We don't need that little bit of bass. All right, nobody really says catch a bigger one. All right, you want a bigger one next time? But nobody really, remember, the size of the fish doesn't matter. All they have to do is guess the weight. But I guess it is a little more exciting for you guys when I catch the bigger ones, right? What do you guys think? This is the question, guys. I have a question in the chat. I need you to put yes or no. All right. You guys ready? This is the question. Does size matter? Does it matter if I catch a small one or a big one? Does size matter? Put yes or no in the chat. Does size matter? Lindsay says, oh, yes, it sure does. Quack Attack said, yes, yes. Richard said, yes. Chris says, yes or no. Or both. Tammy says, it depends on what you're talking about. Tammy, what are you saying, Tammy? All right, so let's see. Stop the Divide says, no. If it's good, it's good. Voodoo says, in elevators and shoes. Teresa says, no. Nobody really says bigger is better. Green Buddha says, nope, catching a fish is great no matter the size. Alexandra says, no, but for a tournament, yes. However, no one can guess the weight. So she says it doesn't matter because nobody's guessing the weight anyway. Oh, man, that's kind of messed up. Stop the Divide says, yeah, Tammy. Drew says, Alexandria does size matter? Alexandria gave you a detailed answer. Dakota says, nice. All right, we're going to head back into a cove again, guys, and see if I really want to catch the fish on a spoon. It's kind of fun. Just picking different techniques and just kind of finding the fish that you need. So, like, for example, if I wanted to catch fish on a crankbait today, I would not be doing what I'm doing right now. So I'm kind of catering the fish that I'm looking for based on the technique that I want to use. I know a lot of times people actually they kind of let the fish dictate what they fish with. Oh my goodness, shout out to Clint Perry. Clint Perry hit the channel with 5 gifted memberships. And guess who got them? Already edits. We got Crying Hippie. Uh-oh, Hippie Dave. We got a Crying Hippie in here. The real, who is that? The real Jimmy, Xavier Edwards, and Stanford Green. Oh my goodness. The money team just got bigger. Clint Perry is hooking it up for everybody. Everybody put CP in the chat. Nobody really was like, hey, what about me? Where's my badge at? News Now Tammy says that was a nice gift that someone gave out for membership. Shout out to Clint Perry. I think Clint Perry is the sponsor for today's live stream, right? Everybody put CP in the chat. Put CP in the chat. We're going to just kind of cruise around out here and see what we can find, guys. We're going to see what we can see. We're sitting in 26 feet of water right now. Let's go out a little deeper. I want to stay out and around that 40-foot range. Shout out to CP. Today's current live stream sponsor is Clint Perry with 6 gifted memberships, with honorable mentions going to Daniel with a $5 super chat and Caden hit the channel with the $1.99 super chat. Really, really appreciate the strong support of the channel, guys. So we're going to get out here, see if we can snatch another one to the boat. Now, nobody really says get a bigger one. So what did you guys think? Fishing for Dollars says, any winners today? No, sir. Fishing for Dollars, they just don't want that money. Nobody really said, did anybody in here just get a membership? Is there anyone that is currently in the chat that got one of those gifted memberships? All right, we're sitting in about 38 feet of water. Just going to drop this spoon straight down. Let it go all the way down and hit the bottom. See if we see any activity. See if we have anybody that wants to come up and play with us today. All right, not seeing anything yet. Stop the Divide says, who taught you? Who taught you to do this? Well, I grew up fishing in the country. We used to go fishing a lot, but we used to walk through the woods way back for hours till we would get to a little creek, dig up some worms out of the pig pen or flip over rocks and logs and stuff like that, get some night crawlers and go out there and make it happen. But as far as fishing from this boat and all that kind of stuff, I would say I'm kind of self-taught, but I mean, of course, you learn things from seeing different people throughout the years. I was a member, I am a member of the Rob Bender's Bass Club. I was fishing tournaments a lot before, but I don't do that as much now. Because this is more fun. It's more fun to hang out here with the money team and the viewers of the channel. Get out here and catch some fish and do this thing we call Bass for Cash. It's kind of fun. I like it. I like it. I get to hang out, talk to a lot of different people. We have people coming in from different states, different countries, all over the place come in to tune in for Bass for Cash. Kate says, how do I get a gift? Just make sure you are subscribed to the channel, hit that like button, and YouTube randomly picks people. So I know we get asked that a lot, like whenever the subscriptions are given out, because sometimes they have actually tried to give subscriptions to a particular person because they've seen them in the chat for a while, but YouTube randomly gives out those subscriptions. I mean, those gifted memberships. Shout out to the Fuse Box. Says, where you at? What state are you in? I'm out here in Georgia. I'm in Georgia on Lake Lanier. My spoon got foul hooked on me. See if I can pop it loose. All right, I'm not really seeing any activity out here right now. All right, so Alexandra, did you see the size matter? Was it more yeses or more nos? Which one won? Does size matter? Do I need to catch bigger fish or just catch fish in general? What do the people want? I was thinking they just wanted me to catch fish so they could do this bass for cash thing. But some people are like, nah, partner, get out here and catch some of those biggins. We want to see some biggins out here. She says it was more yeses. So survey says size matters. All right, let's see, guys. Let's go ahead and we're getting a little low on power, so let's get the juice set up. Jody says, we're not worried about that because MoneyBass is about to catch another one. Jody knows the routine. It just takes a minute. We just got to cruise around. We found the fish, but they're not always active, so that means we have to take off and go to another location. That's all. And I like trying new locations, new things. Fusebox says, have you caught anything yet? So we caught something. We did bass for cash. Nobody guessed the weight of the fish, so that bass for cash is still all available. We still have the full payout available for everybody. Princess says, just catch fish. If you catch a big fish while you're doing your thing, that's a win. All right, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for some wins. Uh-oh, there we go, guys. There we go. That's what we needed. There's a fish right under the boat. Take a look at it. It's a good one, too. Do you see it? Did it see my spoon? Do you see the fish right there? Uh-oh, look, it's coming back towards the spoon now, guys. Let's see. Come on, fishy. Where'd the fish go? Normally when there's one, there's more than one. And it didn't want it. It didn't want to cooperate. But I think I see a little something, guys. I think I see something. If you see something, say something. And I see something. So let's go ahead and hop out here, see if we can get another one to the boat. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you have already hit the like button if you did not hit it on your way in. We're just here for a good time. Just here for a good time. Who would have thought that size actually does matter? The chat has spoken. So you guys actually want bigger fish. So you want big fish versus numbers. So I guess yesterday was kind of a double whammy. We had a good number of fish and we had that 4.12 pounder. Gary Pilcher says, how much is the pot? Shout out to Gary. I saw you on FishXLive, Gary. Where are your fish at? You didn't log any fish into the chat yet. I mean, into your journal yet. The full payout right now is $65. And then Alexandria just gave you a breakdown right there in the chat. The Fusebox says, I'm trying to catch a bass in every state. I got 10 down. Should I start a YouTube channel for that? Yes, sir. You definitely should. Go ahead and start your YouTube channel. I mean, that way you can document your journeys. All that, you know, at a minimum, you could document your journeys, but you just never know who you might meet or anything like that along the way. Have a nice adventure. All right, guys, let's see. We're gonna ease back up here one more again, and then we're gonna pack up and run out and take off again. Gary says, I tried, but it won't let me. Oh, Gary, your trial membership may have already expired. Do we have anyone that fishes tournaments in the chat? If you fish tournaments, put tournament in the chat. Team Quack Attack says running gun. Oh yeah, we stopped here for a quick minute. We're just here for a good time, not a long time. We're just gonna be in here, take a look around, see what we can see. It doesn't look okay. I look like I see a little something out there. So we'll make one cast, and if they don't want to act right, then we'll get out of here. How's about that? All right, does anybody in the chat fish tournaments? If you fish tournaments, put tournament in the chat. Let's kind of gauge the room and see who we're dealing with. Fishing for Dollars fishes tournaments. Gary says, how can I take my picture on the phone? So in the app itself, depending on what browser you have, and if you have your camera enabled for the app, then you can just take a picture directly through the app. Or you can just take a picture using your regular camera, and it will be stored in your gallery of photos, and then you can just upload it from your gallery. All right, Fishing for Dollars fish tournaments. Gary Pilcher fishes tournaments. Ken says no. Let me see. It's when I get a big one. No, it's only the tickle that matters. Team Quack Attack says tournament, but saltwater. Man, so what type of fish do you catch in saltwater tournaments? Drew says it's all about the girthification. We have Muhammad checking in, says, I am from Maldives. All right, we love fishing here. So what kind of fish do you catch over there in Maldives? Am I saying that right? Maldives. All right, so Muhammad, did you set up an account on FishXLive? You can go to FishXLive.com and set up your free trial membership, 7-day trial membership. Set up your profile, and then in your journal of catches, upload a fish that you have caught in Maldives and let us see. So then that way I can go straight to your journal. I had a little tappy tap straight to your journal and see what kind of fish you're catching. Because we have people coming in from all over the world, guys. Fishing is universal. Muhammad says saltwater fishing like snappers, barracuda, mostly reef fish. Okay. Do you eat those barracuda? Do you eat those? Or did you throw them back? FishXLive.com. And really, that's for everybody. Right now, it is set up to where you guys can set up a free account at FishXLive.com. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here. Not seeing anything here, and time is ticking. So we'll see if we can just get one more fish to the boat for you guys. Somebody was supposed to win the money today. Yesterday, the first 2 fish that we weighed in, you guys took the money immediately. But today, I guess like Wimpy always says, they don't want this money. They don't really want it. Mama says, yes, we do. Our staple food is fish. All right. Some good old barracuda sandwiches. Oh, yeah, I want to see some of those pictures, Muhammad. Put some pictures of those barracuda and different type of fish you catch in FishXLive. Once you put your uploads in there, come back in the chat and let me know. And then I'll pull it up and show everybody on the screen. All right, we are back at it again. All we're doing is ditch hopping from ditch to ditch. Looking for some of these deep water fish. I only need to catch a few. Don't need a lot of them because we're out here just to have some fun and do this thing called Bass for Cash. That's what it's all about today, guys. Meeting some new people. Shout out to Muhammad. About to upload a barracuda in the FishXLive for us. So it's FishXLive.com. And right now, everybody watching can go to FishXLive.com and set up a free account. FishXLive.com. Quack Attack says we're catching mahi about 33 miles offshore. Now, when you're out there fishing like that, 33 miles offshore, do you have phone service? Quack Attack, do you have phone service whenever you're out 33 miles offshore? He says, let me see, eBurp and radio, no phone. We're running trips, 3 motors. So no phone service when you're out there. Okay. Gary says he'll have some in there tonight. Good deal. All right, Muhammad, it is FishXLive.com. So you don't search for it or anything like that. Just type it directly in the address bar where you see the HTTPS, however, whatever goes in there. Man, there are some nice fish down there. One was coming over to it, but didn't take it. We're sitting in 60 feet of water, guys. Gary says, am not going to put my old lady fish in there. Hers are bigger than mine. Oh, goodness. Well, then she might need to set up her own account on FishXLive. If you're going to be like that, Gary. Team Quack Attack says we run out Florida. If need to, we run to the Bahamas. Oh, my goodness. If fishing is bad, we run and gun. Oh, man. Now, that sounds like some fun fishing. All right, so my spoon was fouled up on me. But that's all right. We'll get back at it again. All right, let's go in here and see why this thing isn't networking with the other units. Go into setup, network source, 2D. Let's see. G4N, Helix 10. And that is why that is not working. Gotta change that. 360. All right, there we go. So we should be good now. GPS. We need this on external. G2N external. All right, there we go. All right, there's a fish right here on the bottom. And there's my spoon coming right down there. I let it hit all the way on the bottom. And now let's see if that fish will come over there to it. All right, I see a little something out there. All right, so does anybody have any tournaments coming up this weekend? Quack Attack says, how deep is it here? I'm currently in 44 feet of water. Just trying to see if I can find any activity. All right, let's get out of here. We're gonna pack up and move again. Time is ticking on us, guys. So we're gonna get one more fish to the boat. Now, if I get another fish to the boat, are you guys gonna actually guess the weight and win? I just need a yes or a no. Is somebody gonna actually guess the weight and win? Steve Wimpy said, the Sugar Bowl is on. Go Dogs. Brent says, don't be selling waypoints. Alexander said, nope, nobody's gonna guess the weight or win. Gary says, oh yeah, somebody's gonna win. All right, don't make me do all this work for nothing, guys. All right, so take a look at the sun out there. Isn't that a beautiful view? Quack Attack says, probably not. Nobody's probably gonna win. Nobody's gonna guess. Steve Whippy says they don't want this cash. They don't want it. Why not, Wimpy? Why don't they want this cash? Do they think this cash ain't real? What's up with that? They should know that Bass for Cash is real. Just like the bendation. They saw the bendation. But I guess that fish was, that wasn't one of those full grown ones. So maybe they're like, I don't know. Was that bendation real or not? Ken says hit him with the filet spoon. All right, I might have to do it, Ken. I might have to hit him with the filet spoon. And this current is pushing me back in a direction I don't want to go. Shout out to Ricky Bobby back in the chat once again. Says love from South Africa. Appreciate you for coming back again, Ricky Bobby. Mary says 3 pounds, 4 ounces. So you're already guessing the way to the next fish and I haven't got to the boat, right? Gary says, I got in here late and didn't get to see the bendation. Clint Perry says he got a Tackle Warehouse commercial. Oh man, we got hung up, guys. We got hung up. Can we get it loose? Will the rocks cooperate? Come on, rocks, give me my bait back. There we go, appreciate it. Now let's check. Frisco told me the other day, he was like, man, you didn't even retie. You asking to get broke off. So let me check. Ricky Bobby says, surprised you remember me. What a legend. Oh yeah, Ricky Bobby. Ricky Bobby, you are a legend. How can we forget Ricky Bobby? Now, Ricky Bobby, we had someone, the Mass Bass, Tid is in the chat. He said, hey man, 3:30 has come and gone. I was only planning on staying out here till 3:30, guys. That was the game plan. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to the game plan. But Ricky Bobby, there was somebody else here from South Africa, and there was a dam that they caught, a 12-pounder. They loaded that fish into FishXLive. I wish I could remember the name of the dam. Who was in here yesterday? Who remembers the oh goodness, and I can't remember the name. What was the name that came through here from South Africa and they uploaded a 12-pounder into FishXLive.com, guys? They went to FishXLive.com, downloaded that app, and loaded that fish into their journal so all of us could take a look at it. Ricky Bobby says Albert Falls, Inanda, go true. Let me see. Go True, and Loskop Dam, perhaps. Nope, it wasn't any of those. Maybe it was Inanda. It seemed like it started with an A though. Muhammad says, can you see my comments? Yes, I can see your comments. So did you, Muhammad, did you upload your fish into FishXLive? All right, he said, yes, I did. All right, so we're going to take a look at Muhammad's catches on FishXLive. Has anybody else loaded any of the catches into FishXLive since yesterday? All right, Muhammad, and what is your screen name in FishXLive? Did you log it under Muhammad? Kevin M says, come on, Money. I need you to catch one. I'm ready to guess the weight. South Carolina here. All right, let's go ahead and make it happen. Let's go ahead and make it happen. We have Free Rider in the chat. Hello from Poland. I told you guys we are worldwide. We have Indonesia, Poland, Switzerland, Ireland, South Africa. We have everybody tuning in. Really appreciate you. Okay, Nazir is the name. All right, I'll look you up in just a second. Voodoo says, all right, back again. Did you get a second? All right, we're about to go ahead and get another one to the boat. Everybody's in here now, and you guys are ready, right? You told me that you're going to guess the weight on this next one. Ricky Bobby says it might have been a Robbie Dam. Nope, it wasn't either one of those. But man, oh man, Albert Falls has monsters. My brother caught a 12.78 bass on Albert Falls 3 years back. Oh my goodness. All right, Nazir, we're going to check out your catch. Let's go ahead and do that, and then we're going to, so I can show everybody what we're talking about. So what we're talking about today, guys, is an app called FishXLive. If you are a fisherman, especially if you like to fish tournaments, this is an app that I would suggest you take a look at. All right, so all you do is go to FishXLive.com. Let me turn this up a little bit. All right, so what you do is go to FishXLive.com. Just hit the download FishXLive. Everybody here can get a free 7-day trial membership, subscription to it. And this app, it is basically FishXLive is a live tournament app. You can host live tournaments. So whether there's 2 of you or 50 of you, 100 of you, you can host your tournaments on here. There's live weigh-ins available, live leaderboard. And what we're going to look at real quick is the journal of catches. So all you do is go to FishXLive.com, click on this button right here, and download the app. Once you download the app, you will be able to set up your profile page. There's my profile page right here, has some information about you. And then you can go to your journal of catches, and it'll show you the fish you caught. Now, today is January 2nd. So if we just look at January, these were the fish from yesterday. All right, so the biggest one we caught yesterday was, let's see, it was at 412. Now take a look at that one right there. It was huge. It was a monster. So that's the fish from yesterday. All right, then you can put your details of the bait. I caught that one on a spoon right there, guys. I have my notes in here. Now, this information is private. So when you set up FishXLive and set up your journal, you can put your information in here because it says private info below. Only you can see this. So the only reason that you guys are able to see this information and not a damn, I think that's it. I think that was the name of it. All right, so there we go. So that is FishXLive. All right, so let's see. So yours was, what was the name again, Muhammad? What did Muhammad say his was? Let's see, where Nazir, okay, N-A-S. All right, so now let's go to Anglers, and we're just gonna search for Muhammad's account real quick. There he goes right there. So you didn't put a profile page picture yet. Let's go to his journal of catches, and there he goes. Maldives. Look at Muhammad. He's doing his thing. He's doing it big. What kind of fish is that? Let's go ahead and hit a like on there for Muhammad. Look at that, guys. What kind of fish is that, Muhammad? What is that? Let's see what else you have. Oh, man. Look at that. I need to come and hang out with you. That's nice. But yeah, I definitely like that other one. What kind of fish is that right there? Drew says, what is the ambassador person in Africa? I'm not sure. I don't know. You said Wait a minute. You're saying that's a saltwater trout? That does not look like a trout. Not a trout that I know. Hippie Day said it's a carp. Muhammad says, we caught 57 fish last trip. Wow, look at that. So do you sell those fish? Muhammad, do you sell the fish or what do you do with them? All right, let's go ahead and get back to it, guys. But this is FishXLive.com, guys. You can go in here, set up your account. And the other thing, the main thing that this will allow you to do is go in here and set up your own tournament. So whether it's two of you or 50 of you, you can go in here and set up your own tournaments, guys. You see that? So you guys go in there and set up your own tournaments. All of these have ended right here, but you guys get the idea. Just go check out FishXLive, and if you want to know more about it, just click on the About button, and that will tell you some information, and then the manual is right there in the About section. Muhammad says, we eat them. Man, how do you eat 57 fish? So I guess you have a big freezer then, huh? All right, so now, guys, we have, how much more time do we have, guys? We don't have much time. Do you see the sun? Look at the sun. It is about to go below those trees over there. Once that sun sets, it will start getting cold out here. So let's see if we can get a fish to the boat in the next 15 minutes, all right? Muhammad says, our country is based on 1,900 coral islands. So we go on a beach. Okay. Eric Gamble says, are they eating? Well, we got one to eat. But nobody in the chat wanted to win in it, wanted to take any of this money. We're out here doing Bass for Cash, trying to give away some money. Matico said, you didn't happen to be at the ramp the other day. I probably was. I'm at ramps I'm at the ramps a few times a week because we get out here on a regular basis and do this thing we call Bass for Cash. Make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, because we definitely get out here, have a good time. As you see, we are worldwide. We have people from everywhere tuning in. Muhammad is on here showing us, he said that's a saltwater trout. That thing does not look like a trout to me. All right, so let's see, guys. We're sitting out here in 50 feet of water. So we're going to spot lock down. There's my spoon going straight down. I see some fish down there on the bottom, so we'll see. We'll see if they want to come out and play. We're going to see if we can make it quick. Fish HQ says, how did you get so many subscribers? I've been trying to grow my fishing channel. Consistency, I would say, is the main thing. You just got to get out there and make it happen. How many subscribers do you have? Fish HQ, how many subscribers do you have? All right, there they go. I see the fish down there. They're trying to hide. They're trying to hide. Uh-oh, I got to get my spoon untangled. Fish HQ says, I have 84 subs. All right. Well, keep it going. You got 84. Just keep doing what you're doing and just do it a little more often and you'll get there. Muhammad says a green job fish. Okay, is the correct name. Gotcha, gotcha. Man, you out there living the life. Shout out to Voodoo. Just hit the channel with a gifted membership. And who did that gifted membership go to? Winter VR. Shout out to Winter VR, another new member of the Money Team. Eric Gamble says, I got a few subs, but I don't get any fish videos yet. Working on my truck. Okay. Just stick with it. You'll make it happen. All right, there we go, guys. We got him. We got him. Do you see that? Do you see it? Do you see what we're talking about? Do you see the... Oh, my goodness. It's pulling. It's a fighter, guys. Oh, no. Do you guys see it? Do we need to weigh it? Do you guys see what I just caught? Oh my goodness. This is the first one of these that I have caught. Should we weigh this? Should we weigh it? Jane says, are you AI? Should we weigh it, guys? Let's go ahead and put it on the scale. What do you guys think the weight is? We're gonna, man, I haven't caught a stick fish in a long time. Let me see. I think, let's see, guys. I'm thinking that this stick fish weighs a good, okay, let's see. Eric Gamble says 0.5. I think this is gonna weigh let me think, 0.5. I think we're gonna go with a 0.18. Oh yeah, Hippie Dave. Anybody else caught a stick fish lately? KK says a grass bass. Man, God, look, guys, I thought I had a good one. I thought I had a good one. I thought it was fighting. It was fighting, guys. It was. It turned into a stick fish on the way to the boat. All right, let's go ahead and put it on the scale. We're gonna weigh this stick fish. I said 0.18. Oh, look at that, guys. Is it locking in? It won't even lock in. 0.35. It is a 0.35 stick fish. Wimpy, are you still in the chat? That stick fish is bigger than the fish that you caught whenever we were at what lake were we at? At Oconee. Wimpy, my stick fish was bigger than the fish that you caught when we were at Lake Oconee. Oh. Is Wimpy in the chat? Is Steve Wimpy still in the chat? Man, but there are some fish down there, guys. Let's see. Let's see if we can get one to come to the boat. Wimpy said, yep. Wimpy said, yes, sir. I'm still here. Oh, man. Alexandra says, hey, don't do that. She said, don't do that to Wimpy. Oh, Wimpy caught a 0.32. My stick fish was bigger than Wimpy's real fish. We have Trey Stastic says, greetings from Germany. Guten Tag. All right, we have Germany in the chat. I told you guys we are worldwide. Rich G said fish sticks for dinner with pine cones. Fish sticks and pine cones. Man, I thought we had one, guys. All right, let me speed up a little bit. I'm gonna see if we can get another one before we head in. Cause you guys see that? You see the sun out there? Isn't that a beautiful sight? Look at that, it looks like a picture. Hold the rod out there with it. Look at that, isn't that a nice picture right there? Wimpy says, I set the hook like it was a monster. Oh yeah, Wimpy set the hook, so he caught a fish that was 0.32. He set the hook so hard on that fish that the fish died. He killed the fish with his hook set. Oh man. Ken says, how many have you caught? So that was the second one. I caught one spotted bass and one stick bass. The stick bass weighed 0.35? So we're out here making it happen. We're living a good life. We have BWBL says, what is my record bass? So my biggest spotted bass is 5 pounds, 11 ounces. My biggest, man, come on. I can't believe it got me like that. My biggest largemouth is 8.56 pounds. And my biggest striper was about 15 pounds. All right, let's ease on up there a little bit. Voodoo says, that was the fastest a fish has been weighed. Oh yeah, we had to weigh that stick fish. You had to get it back in the water. You don't want it to stay out of the water too long. It might dry out. We always have to make sure we take care of the stick fish. Rich G said Wimpy ripping fish lips off on his hook sets. Man, he gave that fish a concussion. The fish was just dead. That fish was somebody's great grandbaby. That fish was so puny. Wimpy set the hook on that fish and just killed it on contact. BWBL says, what you catch, you eat. So I need to go and fry up that stick fish, huh? Put it on the grill. We have the Kitech Master in the chat. What's going on? Good to see you. Voodoo says better than McDonald's. Oh, no, not the McDonald's. Wimpy says, I bet you guys can't catch an infant fish. It is an art. Wimpy said it is an art to have a specialized skill to catch a fish so small. Muhammad says, I have uploaded some more pics to show you. All right, we'll take a look. You see, You Fish says, bring on another share lunker season in Texas. Pale Rider said, that hummingbird lied to you. It didn't. It showed me it was a fish. It just didn't say it was a stick fish. It gave me a half truth. Uh-oh, guys, do you see the sun? It's heading down on me. Our time is ticking. All right, I see a nice fish up under us. Let's go ahead and fish this back to the boat, though. We're trying to see if we can do one more fish for the day. See if anybody wants to walk away with any of this bass for cash. All right. BWBL says, have you? Oh, man, I thought I felt the tappy tap. Thought I felt the tappy tap. Have I ever went saltwater fishing? I sure have. I used to go out on these things in Florida called party boats or something like that. But there's a lot of people on there. But that's about it. We have Valley tuning in. What's going on? We have Michael Hensley. Valley says, where are you from and where are you fishing? Where are you from talking like that? What kind of accent is that? I'm from Georgia. I'm out here fishing Lake Lanier in Georgia. Doing this thing we call bass for cash, where I get a fish or two to the boat. Then all you got to do is guess the weight. You guess the weight of that fish, guess what? Payout. You get a nice old paycheck. You get a nice little payout going straight to you. It doesn't cost anything to participate. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel. And you see, we get on here and have a little fun on a weekly basis. Valley says, have you caught anything yet? So we caught one spotted bass and one stick fish. Nobody has won any of the money yet. Hog Catcher says, I'll be up there on the 18th. All right. So oh yeah, you're fishing the tournament, right, Hog Catcher? Muhammad says, I will welcome you to the Maldives if you want to come. I will take you on a fishing and host you. Uh-oh, fishing in the Maldives. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, I have to log in and take a look at some more of those fish that you caught. Man, I was hoping I could get one or two on the spoon so it will be quick and easy. Mysterious one says, sounds sketchy. Don't go to the Maldives. The Maldives has some good fish. You gotta go where the fishing is good, right? Steve Wimpy said, I had that .32 pounder skipping across the water like a jet ski. It was dead. Wimpy hit him in the head and it was dead. All right, that isn't working. Looks like we're gonna have to finish the day out with a shaky head, guys. If I could have got one on a spoon, it would have been a lot faster. It would have been quick and easy. But now we're gonna have to hit them with the sniper rifle. Let's see. Wimpy said, Voodoo said Wimpy did it fight as hard as the stick. Wimpy set the hook and it was dead. I don't think there was too much of a fight after that. We have the Fish Kisser says, yo, what state are you in? I'm in Georgia. Out here fishing Lake Lanier, Georgia. Gary said, put some stank on it. Oh, yeah, you know I got to put a little stank on it. But I had to make a cast first. I had to gauge the room. Uh-oh, we have the real Jimmy in the chat. Says, thank you for the gifted sub, whoever that was. Uh-oh, we have another member of the money team. Am I saying that right? The gifted Jimmy? Let me see. Does that mean I get 2 guesses when the scales are open? That is correct. The real Jimmy got that gifted membership and was like, hey, let me hop in here and see what's happening. I think I might be able to win some of this cash for a bass. So, yeah, we're trying to finish out the day and get one more fish to the boat to see if anybody wants to win some of this cash for that bass. All right, we have Jenny is back in the chat. Says, put on a power bait. BWBL says, do you have the FishBrain app? No, I have FishXLive. FishXLive. Go to FishXLive.com and you'll see what I'm referring to. So everybody now can go to FishXLive.com and set up your free 7-day trial membership. It is a tournament app, so it is made specifically for tournaments, but there are additional features on there that will assist people in getting more, being more efficient out on the lake. One of the main things is that fish journal. The real Jimmy says, headed out to the water myself on Saturday to catch me some. All right, good deal. Good deal. So make sure you go to, all right, the real Jimmy, go to FishXLive.com and set up your account there. And once you set up your profile page, go into your journal. And whenever you catch your fish this weekend, log them into FishXLive. And when I come back again, just let us know that you have logged some fish in there and I'll pull it up and let everybody see what you caught on the screen. All right, shout out to Daniel. Hit the channel with another $5 super chat. Really, really appreciate that. Really appreciate the strong support of the channel. Daniel, I think that is the second super chat for the day. You guys see it, Alexandria Corbett. She just put the FishXLive information in the chat. So make sure you guys take advantage of that trial membership for FishXLive. If you don't fish yourself, let somebody else know about it that does, because it would definitely help them out. Jenny says, you go buy a sabiki. I think they use sabikis a lot in saltwater, right? Big shout out to Daniel. Really appreciate the strong support of the channel. And you, sir, you know it does not go unnoticed. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're trying to get one more fish to the boat, see if we can get anybody to walk away with some of this cash today. Uh-oh, look at Daniel shouting out SWAT. Everybody remember the name SWAT Lawn Operations. All right, everybody remember that name, SWAT Lawn Operations. Man, you guys know what? I haven't been paying attention to today. I just wasn't focused. I just noticed that because I'm fishing a shaky head and I did not even have the thing on the bottom. I was sitting there swimming it through the water like it was a swim bait or something. To finish out the rest of the stream, because we're gonna be out here for a few more minutes. Well, man, you know, I really did want to get one more to the boat. Shout out to Muhammad. He says, "You okay, bro? Where you at? What happened?" Yeah, so we're running low on juice, guys. We're out here a lot longer than what I planned on being. Hall Catcher says, "What happened? What happened? Where'd he go?" So there we go. You guys hear the alarm? The alarm is now telling me, get out of there. You already stayed past the time you're supposed to be out there. So let's see what we can do. Let's see, maybe we can try a little something. Bam. We'll spend a few more minutes out here. See if you guys can see me like this. Probably won't be able to hear me as good, but all right, so let's see, guys. Let's see. Gary says, you can catch one more. I believe in you. Hall Catcher says, wacky worm. Hippie Day says, you need a Starlink. What is a Starlink? We still have about 100 people in here watching. Seeing if we're going to finish up the day with this thing we call Bass for Cash, right? All right, guys, let me focus for about 5 more minutes. And we're going to see if we can make it happen. See if we can get one more fish to the boat for everybody. right, the sun is now officially gone. The sun has gone over the horizon. Let's just go ahead and switch this up and show you guys what we're looking at. So we're finishing the day up. We have a little bit of juice yet left. DL Pet Fishing says Starlink is a satellite internet Wi-Fi network. Okay. Well, no, it was actually the power. It was power. It wasn't the connection. Voodoo says, head home, Money. Go ahead and head home. All right. It looks like we're going to go ahead and close it out in just a second. But you guys see that? The sun just went down the horizon. Do you see it? What do you think about that? Muhammad says, beautiful views. Sure is. Nice and quiet and calm out here now. It's a big difference from what it was just a few days ago. A few days ago, it was kind of rough and rowdy out here. Voodoo says, do you have to pay to launch? No. Well, yeah, you do, but I have a pass. So you can get a pass, like a yearly pass, but actually like military, ex-military, I think you get a lifetime free pass or something like that. Hawkins says, we want to see a fish. We don't want to hear all this talking. Where's the fish at? All right, Hog Catcher, let me see what I can do for you real quick. Because I didn't do my last cast yet. I still have to do my last cast. Muhammad says, I will ask all my fishing friends to subscribe to the channel. Love this. Really appreciate that, Muhammad. And I'll keep checking out on FishXLive, seeing what type of fish you're out there catching. Ella says, what you got today? Just getting off work. Man, today was a slow day. We had one fish and nobody guessed the weight. Then we had a stick fish and nobody guessed the weight of that either. So nobody guessed the weight of anything. So Bass for Cash continues. We had 2 payouts yesterday. We had 2 people that won yesterday. Had a $25 payout and a $50 payout. Today, there was no payout. Nobody wanted to guess the weight of that fish. I tried to help you. I did my part. I came out here and got one to the boat. But no, nobody wanted those funds. So we'll probably be back out here tomorrow. There were some things that I wanted to do today, but I came out here late and didn't really get around to doing what I wanted to do. But tomorrow, I'm gonna come back out here and we're gonna do something a little different. Head to some new water. Ellis says, what time tomorrow? Ellis, I can't even tell you the time, because if I did, I would probably not be on here whatever time I told you. So it really just depends. Even when I set the time, I come a little bit later. It could be early. You never know. Shout out to Jody. Come back tomorrow, Jody. We're gonna make some more things happen. So yesterday was a real good day. Today was kind of slow. We did get a fish to the boat, but nobody guessed the weight of that fish, so there was no winner for Bass for Cash today. Man, I have to fix this brakes on this. I keep forgetting that I loosened it up the way that I did. Let's just go ahead and drop this all the way down to the bottom. So we're trying to see if we can still get any of these fish on a spoon. That's what I'm trying to do. But looks like I messed that up. All right, Drew. Okay, Drew, I'm going to remember that. Drew said it's hard to guess the weight when the fish are so small. All right, Drew. I thought we were cool, Drew. I can't believe it. How you just going to do me like that in front of all of these people? We have about 100 people in here, Drew. Why you got to talk about my fish like that? You wish said that was a professional overwind. Edward says, fishing is patience. So obviously you don't. Eric said, it's not his fault. That bass was anorexic. It just hadn't been eating a lot. It wasn't really hungry. Muhammad says, good night, guys. It's 4 a.m. here. Catch you later. Oh, my goodness. All right, Muhammad. Good to see you. Glad you hopped into the chat and shared those catches with us out there in Maldives. Or Maldives. Jody says, what is the biggest fish you've ever caught? My biggest spotted bass is 5 pounds, 11 ounces. And my biggest largemouth is, what was it? 8.56 pounds. And then I had a striper that was around 15 pounds. All right, guys, here we go. Last cast. Let's make this one count. Let's see if we can make it count. Last cast. Last cast, guys. Hawkins says, is that a right hand reel? Yeah, so the bait caster is a right hand, and then even on my spinning gear, I reel with my right hand, but I'm right-handed, so I wish I had grown up, grew up fishing with my left hand. It would have made things a lot better for me. Eric Gamble said, just had pancakes and bacon. Dinner was delicious. All right, see you later, Jody. Really appreciate you for tuning in. Had a good time today. Hippie Dave said the cast was crooked. Wait a minute. Was the cast crooked? Did somebody see if that cast was crooked or not? Oh, Gary said he saw it was crooked too. So he said oh man, so we do have to redo that. I'm sorry about that, guys. The cast was officially crooked. So we have to do one more cast. So that was the last cast. I just did the last cast of the day. But I was trying to cast right over here, but it went over that way a little bit. So you're right, exactly. Gary says to the right. Exactly. I needed to cast a little. Hippie Day says it went a little to the right. Okay, you guys both saw the same thing. So yeah, we have to redo that. I apologize. I apologize for that crooked cast. I really apologize you guys had to witness something like that. So what I'll do is go ahead and fish this one back to the boat, and then I'll get that. I'll get it right for you guys. I'm sorry about that. Hog Catcher says, I'm right-handed, but I fish lefty. Drew says, you got to cast it with the other hand, too. All right, guys, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm glad you guys caught that. All right, let me make sure I get this one lined up. Oh, my goodness. Do you guys see what just happened? My line broke. So that was the last cast. Oh, my goodness. Can you believe it? The line broke. All right, guys. That's all she. What's going on, Wimpy? Eric Gamble said, oh, snap. Literally, it snapped. Oh, snap. Oh, man. Oh, the days I have out here on the lake, guys. So that was the last cast. The rod was like, oh, nah, partner. That was the last cast. All right, everybody. I really appreciate y'all for tuning in. I am going to head out. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel, because I will probably be back out here tomorrow, and we'll see if we can make it happen. All right. Really appreciate everybody, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, take a look at that sunset.